welcome back to the channel. I hope all of you guys are healthy and safe and well. Today I have two of my faves here. One being Lil Baby and the other being Lil Baby's godmom, Shaymah, who is also kind of like runs my business. Before we get started, if you are not subscribed, pause this video and press subscribe down below. Along with that, hit the bell notifications link so you know when a new video is going live. Yes, tell them, do that.
There's bananas in her pants.
Today we are going to do a highly requested video. For those who have been around for a very long time, you know that Shea is kind of a part of... I have someone who's infatuated by me, and honestly, she's the only person who looks at me like this, other than my husband occasionally. But she just loves me so much. So whatever you want, you could pull my hair and pull my wig off in the video, that's fine.
Or mine.
Okay. All right, Mama. Okay. Today we have a very highly requested video. For those of you guys who have been around for a while, you guys have heard of Shea. You have heard Shea in the background of videos. You have seen her working behind the scenes on all things JalisaEVaughn, business related, life related, all of that kinds of stuff. And she is also Harper's godmother. We wanted to do a video on how we met and kind of just how all of this got started. Yes, baby. I know, baby. I was telling him that too. On how things got started. So without further ado, we have a few questions that were asked, and Lexi is going to ask them behind the camera.
It's so weird being on this side.
Enjoy.
It's fine.
Okay, let's just get right into it.
Okay, so how did it all start?
Do you want to tell the story, or you want me to start?
You start from your perspective and I'll tell, or should I?
Oh no, I like that. I like that. Okay, so from my perspective, I had an event. This was actually my first meetup in Dallas, which was very, very like nerve-wracking because everyone thinks like because of how I am in front of a camera and stuff like that, that like I'm very like extroverted and just love being around people and love being the center of everything. And honestly, I am an extreme introvert. The only time this part of me comes out is when I'm working. Any other time I'm like, which is why when I first started my channel, everyone was like, oh, this girl's so boring. How can you guys watch her? She's so monotone, whatever. But now this is my job. So I've kind of like learned how to like be a little more expressive. Anyways, I was nerve-wrecked about this entire event. It was my first meetup and I had been in Dallas a couple years, whatever. And at the event, Shea came up to me and was like, I would love to, you know, shadow you. I'm interested in influencing, but I don't really know the depths of everything. So she was like, you know, I would love to shadow you and learn from you, but also in the process, I can help out with different things that you may need help with. So this is kind of where my business was first like growing and like, Mama.
She's so over us. She's like,
Daddy.
Come here, Mama.
So she was like, I want to help you. I can help you in the process, you know, not just kind of like being around. And I think for me, I've always been, not always, let me not say that. Quite a few people have reached out asking to shadow and things like that. But the reality is like all this time I was like, I don't even really know what I'm doing. So I don't know what you want to shadow, what you want to learn. Because to me, what I was doing was like not it. But when she reached out, and honestly, discernment, God, all of that kind of stuff came into play. Because I've also been extremely guarded with who to have around me. Just because of different life circumstances and things like that, and it's caused me to be extremely protective. So when she asked me that, I said okay at the event, and then I was like, well, just follow up with me later, we'll talk, figure everything out, whatever. And I just, for one, I probably didn't think that she would actually reach out. And she did, but I just felt at peace with it all. And I also want to say the fact that she said like, I want to shadow you, I want to learn from you, but I can help in the process is kind of what made me do it. Because I was like,
I didn't want to be the creep and the weird, like
that just wants to like be around.
Like, yeah.
Like, and for me, like,
no,
I've experienced that and like different stuff. So like just people just wanting to be around, and it's like, I need you to be useful. I need you to like help and do something, because just like I'm figuring it out, you know, there are things that can make everything more efficient. So I don't really know how we started from there. I know you reached out.
I reached out. Guys, I was super nervous when I reached out, like sweating nervous when I reached out. And I think I just also was like in a season of like wanting to transition. And I don't think everybody talks about, like, when you watch influencers, you just see, I think, truly the highlights of their lives. And so I didn't want to fully commit to becoming an influencer unless I knew literally day in, day out. And so when I reached out, what?
Mind you, that's also a part of Shay's personality. She's not the one, which is why now knowing her, I'm actually like extremely shocked that she even said anything to me, because she's the type of person that needs to know A through Z to do anything. So it's like, it's not just that I'll figure it out along the way. It's like, okay, so I'm gonna do this, this is gonna happen, that's gonna cause this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. Like, she has to know the whole process, which is how I'm trying to rub off on her, is just like, just jump and figure it out later. But that's also just a part of her personality to just like want to know everything. So I'm still in awe at the fact that now knowing her that she even reached out, because I was like,
yeah, I was sweating. It was nerve-wracking.
she didn't seem nervous. Like, she didn't seem nervous.
Well, that's good.
Nor did I seem
I
nervous.
remember the moment and sweating through the moment and like talking to friends about it. And I was like, I need to take a leap of faith in this season. I know God was asking me to take a leap of faith. And so I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And the worst that can happen is she's gonna say no, and I probably will never see her again, like in real life. So like if she says no, I can just like leave her a bit. But she did say no. Yeah, I would have rolled out. And so I think I emailed, and she responded fairly quickly, which that shocked me, because I was like, she's probably just saying yes because she is not gonna say no to my face. And then I think a few weeks later,
done that a few times.
I think a few weeks later she was like, actually I do have like a lot of things coming up, and I was like, just let me know when I get there, like what you need help with. Like, is it taking pictures? Is it writing emails? Is it running errands? Because I had no idea what the influencer life looked like.
I also had no idea what I was doing. So I was like, I mean, I have a photographer, but I have all this other stuff, and it was like the business was quickly picking up. So I honestly couldn't wrap my head around like what I was doing, but I was just like, I know I need help, so just come, and we'll figure out what makes the most sense.
Yeah, and I think since that day we've been inseparable.
We have, like,
I think maybe 2 weeks later she was like, would you like a position like on whatever this is? Because again, she was still
I was like,
figuring
I don't
it out.
know what it is, but I can pay you this,
Yes.
and you can just come on these days. And
I think I respected her transparency. Like, for me, you have to be transparent, and all my friends around, like, if you're not transparent, or I feel like you are hiding things from me, then I struggle with that. And in that season, like, I needed somebody that was fully gonna be transparent.
I think on like her second day, she took my weave out,
Yeah, she was like,
and I was just like, this is all I need help with right now. I need you to help.
So she was very transparent about like where the business was at the time, what she was figuring out.
I can't afford this.
I can do this. We can't do this. And I was like,
I can give you some of this PR stuff.
Great, yeah,
Like,
great.
that's where I was.
And I was also like, well, in the process, I knew that I was gaining a lot of like knowledge about the space and the industry that I wanted to be in, and so it worked out. It just
Definitely
made sense.
did. Yeah. So that's kind of how it started.
It was ordained.
For sure.
For sure
For
ordained.
sure, because I am extremely guarded. I am extremely guarded, almost to my detriment. Like, it's kind of a toxic trait. But when I have people in my circle, when I let them in, they're like, good luck getting rid of me, because you're stuck now. So I like have this like barbed wire around my life and my heart. But once you're in, it's like, welcome. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you touched on the second one, so we'll go to the third one.
What was the second one?
How did you know she was the one? You said discernment. Thank God.
Yeah.
Well, that's you saying yes.
Unless you want to like.
I don't know when you knew further than that.
I think I just felt at peace with her being around. Discernment for sure. And really praying and asking God, like, I need you to tell me, because, you know, I've been hurt so much. I need you to tell me who to let in at this point. But I just felt at peace with it, and I prayed about it, and I was like, I was also at a point where it's like, I'm just gonna try it. If it doesn't work, okay, but we're just gonna give it a whirl.
We were like in the same season, but for different reasons of like trusting new people in our circle. I think.
Agreed.
So.
Okay, Shay, did you have prior experience?
In influencing? Not at all. No. I had experience in like merchandising and fashion. I had experience in like running a department because I come from the K through 12 world. I had experience in like being organized and planning. So like I had experiences that I think all those pieces now play a part every single day into my job. And like as Jalisa evolves, like the brand and the business and everything else evolves, it just like makes sense.
Happens.
It just happens, which is why I truly believe like it's again part of my purpose. But no, I knew nothing.
But to me, she did have experience, but from a different aspect. So Shay watched a lot of influencers and bloggers and things like that. So to me, she would always be like, okay, this is what I've seen so-and-so do. You need to do this. You can do this. This is an idea, all this kind of stuff. But for me, I didn't watch influencers and bloggers, especially when I was first starting, because I would always compare myself. So I was like, I can't keep up with anybody else is doing, because it's only gonna make me feel like my business is ghetto and my equipment is ghetto and I don't know what I'm doing. So I turned shades on to everything everybody else was doing and kind of just honed in on what God was telling me to do and stuff like that. But when Shay came in, she was like, okay, this fits what you said, this fits what you're doing, this influencer is doing this blogger is doing this on YouTube. You know, I feel like this is an easy play for you because it's trending and all that kind of stuff. So to me, she gave me like something bigger to look at other than just my tunnel vision focus on what I was doing, which is what also helped me open my business up to something else, because I was like, okay, maybe I'm not that far off, because I wouldn't have known that had I not been looking at, you know, other bloggers and influencers, just for fear that like I start second guessing myself because I'm not where I thought I should be.
Right. And I think we've had like multiple conversations, which is I think why I'm passionate about like what I do, is because I love being able to see other pieces of content or whatever it is that I watch and being like, no, that particular piece of content won't work for her, but like how do we make it work for her, which is the same thing that we do with brands and campaigns. It's like this brand wants this, but Jalisa is this, and so like that's not gonna work, but how do we mesh the two worlds? And that's the fun part.
So to me, she had experience, but just not with that specific, not officially in this role.
Question number 4. It says, did you guys bond right away?
I think so. I think because I prayed about it and I had discernment and I knew that this was more of a God connection than just us just working together. Like I knew that this was a God connection. So I feel like me getting to know her and her friends and her family and her life and all that kind of stuff was more of like, this girl's gonna be around, so you might want to start figuring out, you know, the ins and outs of everything. I'm trying to think if there was ever a time where I was like,
no. I think the bond happened naturally, and I also feel like it's weird now if we find out new information about ourselves, because I don't feel like we went through that season of like, I've never known. Like it's weird when she tells me a new fun fact about herself, because I'm like, really? Like we haven't talked about that, or we haven't gone over that, so like, no. But again,
how long has it been? 3 years? 4 years?
4. I think we're going on 4 years.
We're going on 4 years.
Maybe.
I think so.
We think.
Because we met when I was leaving this apartment.
I've done 4 moves with her. That's how I count it.
Yeah.
I've done 4 moves. So that's
4 moves.
Shout out to God. But I've done 4 moves, which is how I count it. And yeah, I don't ever remember a season of feeling like I don't know her, this is awkward. So that's how I know like we were fine. Makes sense. Because usually in early stages of friendships you're like,
I don't know.
Yeah. But we didn't go through that.
Okay, Shay, this one's for you.
Okay.
What was it like planning a wedding in 4 days?
I think I put more pressure on the whole wedding aspect than she did. So it was a lot of fun.
I didn't want any of it.
She didn't want any of it, and I was
We went to the courthouse and I said, can y'all get some balloons and a cake? And like, we'll call it a day.
No,
like that's
she was
it.
not having that. No, because I felt like at the end of the day, these are memories that you want to share with your most intimate circle. Obviously, they want a gang of kids. And I knew that their kids would want to look back at their like wedding pictures and like all these memories and moments, and I wanted them to have that.
We married. That's all y'all need to know.
Yeah, so they respond like that. So I think I put more pressure on myself just knowing that like I want them to have an epic day and I want them to feel celebrated and loved by the people that they're around. We also were in the middle of a pandemic, so like you couldn't hug your family and friends.
That was
and
more
celebrate.
reason for us to be like,
no, we're not doing this.
we're not doing anything.
It really wasn't. It wasn't as hard as you would think because of who Jalisa and Corey are. So she's not a bridezilla. There's no reason for her to be.
Honestly, Shay gets mad at me because I don't care.
Yeah, I get
She'll
actually
ask me
angry.
stuff, and I'll be like, just whatever you think works
And I'm
for
like,
me, because
no.
I just don't be caring.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, this is an important moment. You need to celebrate.
I just want her to celebrate in like, I don't know, in big moments. Because I feel like some big moments are like the way God's like shining down on you, so you should celebrate in that moment.
That's true. But I just be like,
She
thank
don't.
you, Lord.
This is why.
Give him a little dance.
Yeah, and then she'd be like, all
And
right, I'm
that's it.
out. That's fine.
What I'm saying is if I'm in the middle of doing something that's like, oh, that's such a cute moment. Wow. And I'm like bonding with Harper, singing to her, and someone's like, where's the vlog camera? We need to get this moment. I'm like, well, that was nice.
In my defense, Lexi's not attached at my hip. Can we get walkie-talkies maybe?
Anything else?
Yeah. First of all, y'all live in the whole state of Texas. So by the time I yell and run, we can't, it's not, I don't know.
I get it, but I'm just saying.
We'll work on
then
that.
It seems like, and then I'm like,
Inorganic, but it is
then
still,
your guys will be like, do that again. And I'm like, it was really a moment. It really was.
and then she's like, cut the cameras, we're not vlogging for the rest of the
Turn
day.
it off. I don't even care. Okay, next question.
This question is for both of you. What is a typical work day like?
Do we even have a typical work day? I don't really think so.
We don't, this is the thing. We used to have seasons. And for the influencers that watch this, you know that there's like, it fluctuates a little bit.
Like sometimes things are
Holidays
like
are like
this.
bing, 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 bing.
Some seasons are slow.
Q1 is like, yeah. And then it just like slowly ramps up again. She doesn't break. Like in life,
I haven't had a slow season in over a year.
It was longer than
Lord,
that.
thank you. Like
You had
I
a
am
slow
not
season the
complaining.
2 weeks of quarantine, finding out that like we were going in quarantine. And then after that,
That
everybody
was
was like,
true. That was true. That's because brands didn't know what was happening. They
Yeah.
were like, is the world ending or like what's
so
going
technically almost 2 years.
on? Yeah.
Because for those of you who are new or haven't been watching, I think your influencing for real kicked off like a month before Corey. Like where it was like boom, 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 because Dos Equis happened.
Dos
and then
Equis happened
everything
right
just
before
like,
Corey, and then that was when life just.
that was a
Shoo.
year after that was her first year fully. So after year 1 of full-time vlogging,
Yeah.
it just like,
Everything
we
like
haven't
there
stopped.
and there hasn't been any slow season, and I attribute that to God.
We're so thankful.
I attribute that to, again, me not breaking, because I'm like, I see something in my head, and where I see me and what God has showed me is not even this where I am now. So it's like, to me, I'm just like, I have to keep going.
Eyes on the prize.
Not to burn out, because I do believe that rest is needed. He wants us to rest, and he doesn't want us to get to that burnout point. But at the same time, I love what I do and I enjoy it. So to me, it takes a heck of a lot, and it will take a heck of a lot for me to get or feel burnt out.
Yeah.
But what I see is going, everybody else is like, what are we doing here? So
Yeah.
I don't really know what a typical workday is. The week,
We have our, what we call like our crazy busy days versus our non-busy days. And our crazy busy days typically means that there is shooting involved, and that's just because it takes a whole lot of prep work. And it used to already take a lot of prep work when it was just Jalisa. But now that, you know, we have Harper and Corey, it's prep work on all parties. So that means, how are we leaving? Where are we going? Is everything prepped and planned? She also is producing milk. It's a lot.
Yeah, and how I typically do it is I have a running note with Lexi and Shay to where I'll put in all of the campaigns that we need to shoot. So I have a tracker with my management, my agency, and everybody. So where we have all of the deals coming in, what they're paying, what their deliverables are, when's it due, all of that kind of stuff. But I also have a running workday list with Lexi and Shay where I'll put Monday, all of this needs to get done. Tuesday, all of this needs to get done. Wednesday, all of this needs to get done. These are the campaigns we're waiting on packages from, so they're consistently checking the mail to see what's coming in, what we can actually shoot. Then Shay will text Marika and let her know what we have. She'll send her the briefs. These are the concepts that we sent in that were approved. This is what we're shooting. Lexi will take those things and be like, okay, I need to run to the store. What props do I need to get? What else needs to happen? Have we got this package in? Blah, blah, blah.
This is probably by 9 o'clock, but I want to let you know we've been communicating at some point, probably starting off at like 6:45.
Yeah.
And that means.
And sometimes
your
the night
makeup
before,
has shown up
sometimes the night before, and I'll send them messages like, I need to dump, because honestly, having a child, like I feel like I'm always on. So sometimes in the middle of the night is the only time I have to like process everything that really needs to get done, like just clear thoughts. So I will be up in the middle of the night, like messaging them like, I'm sorry, just ignore these. I need to get them off of me so that tomorrow I'm not forgetting, because there's a million and one things going on.
Never mind, we send her concepts and ideas in the middle of the night too, because Lexi and I don't sleep either for whatever reason.
They really don't sleep.
So we'll send a DM like, you should try this and you should do this on top of the list that.
And I'm like, we have a running list already. But it's very, very helpful.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm sending them things that we need to get done that next day, even if it's down to like, we need to reorganize from the shoot day prior so that we can figure out next steps. But no 2 days are the same. We're shooting campaigns, we're doing YouTube videos, we're trying to grow Harper's account, we're trying to grow Cooper and Corey, and literally because I'm trying to make this a family thing.
We're in the midst of turning a house into a home.
We're also in the midst of turning a house to a home. So we're getting furniture, we have Cali Dad Designs coming in, we have contractors coming in doing different things in the house. You hear the pool people outside. Like, it's like a whole production, and it's always something going on, which I enjoy that, and I have all of the help in the world, which helps me not be like, because I feel like if I didn't have the help that I had, I would be somewhere passed out, and I also wouldn't know my husband or my child or Cooper. So the help is definitely needed, but no 2 days are the same. We're shooting, we're doing videos. In the morning, everyone's kind of coming in, getting their coffee, getting organized for the day. Lexi usually runs out first thing in the morning to get all of the props that we need. Shay is texting Nia, Marika, Bree, Anna. So my management, the video editor, the photographer,
hair and makeup,
someone who does links for me to help me quickly provide you guys the links on social media. Everybody. We're sending in insights that we have to send into brands. And then after we do all the campaigns, it's like, oh, now it's time to do the fun organic content. So really no 2 days are the same.
No. I think we currently have a reel app for what a day would look like one day, or one day every 2 weeks. But it's basically, it looks like it's chaotic and
brand
fun.
calls, agency calls. And then also, we didn't say this. So if you guys don't even know what Shay's role is, she has created a lane for herself, which is influencer project manager. So she, not only just me full time, because I pay her full time.
Right.
So unless y'all want to pay her full time, stop reaching out. Anyways, so she is considered an influencer project manager. So basically, I have a payroll monthly of about 15 people.
Correct.
That I have to pay every month. So if you're wondering why I don't break, that's probably why. But I have a payroll, and there are all different people that I have to connect with for different things. Shay is like a second me, if that makes sense, as far as helping me not have to like, did we talk to this person? Did we talk to this person? Did this brand get this? What does this brand even want? Can we do, like, she is like, okay, I talked to your manager. This is what's needed right now. I talked to Marika. This is what she needs from us to shoot. Lexi, this is what we'll need for these campaigns. So basically, like, making sure life is running.
The only thing I currently can't do is stand in front of the camera for her or sign contracts.
That, yeah. Or make the final decision on what campaigns we're doing.
Yeah, so
but
like
she will give
contracts.
give her opinion, like, this is not really aligning.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
We're not gonna do that. Or she'll be like, I read this brief and you said yes to this, but this is not looking like you, so we need to realign.
Yeah.
But yeah, we kind of do everything. She's also Harper's godmother. So
I'm here a lot, guys. So
she's our Harper's emergency contact on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I signed a paper today and I'm emergency contact again. I'm so excited.
I still like, so I have my mom as my stuff, but like, I still don't feel like I'm mature enough to really, like my mom, when Harper was born, she gave me my documents and I was like, why are you giving me this? I am not mature enough to keep my birth certificate. But yeah, so she's like, kind of just like all of it.
So for those of you who think I just kick it here, I work here, I'm family.
That always makes me laugh because I'm like,
people think I'm legit just hang out here every day, which I love them, so I would, and I do when I'm off, but like,
we don't just hang out. We're
just,
not that even those type of people.
We are working.
We work.
I think I asked to come over here to hang out. Like I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna get up off my couch and I'm gonna come to y'all's couch. And then I come over here and Jalisa's like, so
you wanna help me make this real?
And then I'm like, actually, yeah, I'd love to. So I'm not just a
She's
stalker.
also Harper's godmother. So like,
I'm gonna see my child.
Come get your kid.
Yeah.
So there's that.
And Cooper's godmom. So like I come pick
That's to the trolls that think that she just hangs out and like, no, we're actually making money.
Sitting in the corner.
Both of us.
Sorry. Don't get it. Don't get it. Yes.
For you. Describe Jalisa as a boss.
Driven, committed, supportive, stern, not in a bad way, just like she really hates repeating herself, and I know that I make her repeat herself, but I make her repeat herself just I mean, I do. I make her repeat herself just so we're clear on something, because when I'm making her repeat it, then I'm reaching out to other people and I just don't want to have to come back through the room and be like, wait, so you said. So she's stern, she's funny, and people don't know how funny Jalisa is because
they don't leave the vlog camera running.
But she's super funny. She's uplifting, she's encouraging, and loving. She also will put you on the prayer list in a heartbeat, and I think her prayers make it up there. So just don't everybody leave your prayers in the comment section. But yeah,
I'd like to think that
her prayers make it up there.
Hey Lord.
Yeah, I think, did I miss something? That's how I see you.
You say I'm stern.
No, it's a good stern.
No, but I am. I am kind of like the
she's
no
not,
nonsense.
Yeah, she's not the like the friend or the like boss that will be like, so maybe you could have. Like, no, that we know how we're supposed to do things. Okay, I've known her long enough that she can talk to me like that, and I need somebody like that, because I will be the one that's like, okay, so maybe today.
No, and Shea will send messages to like when we're like doing stuff, and she'll be like, can we please?
No, you have to say how you say it. Tell me to say it first.
I'll be like, Shea, tell them we're not doing that because blah, 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 blah. She'll be like, could we please maybe not? And I'm like, Shea, that is not what I said.
And I'm like, but like, it's okay for you to do that.
But even in terms of like their lives. So
yeah.
This is me talking about everybody around
in
me.
In her circle.
Everybody.
Lexi.
Even the people behind the camera.
Lexi and Corey and Cooper and Harper.
I'll be like, no, you're being too nice.
Oh yeah.
What are we doing here? What are you doing? Like,
you ever thought
I won't
that
put
God...
you out there, Lex, because I was going to use you as an example, but I'm not going to do it.
She did it to me this week because I was writing an email back to Brandon. I was very polite, and she was like, "You mean business? People won't take you seriously if you're frou-frou-y."
Well, yeah, and I feel like there's a way to be nice but firm, because I know my worth and I know what I deserve, and I'm not doing work for free because I've put in the work already behind the scenes, and I've done my due diligence, and you know, some things I can evaluate and decide when things are worth my time. And if it's not, I'm sorry. Because
it's yin and yang
no,
over here.
I'm not sorry. I hope that you find someone else that fits this. That fits this and is more aligned with what you're thinking, because it's not me, and that's fine. But I think in this business I have learned that because you will easily get taken advantage of, especially by different brands that reach out and they're like, oh, well, we don't have budget and blah, blah, blah. But as soon as you walk away, they're like, oh, we found all this money in the back closet. Like, no. Pay me what I'm worth. I have put in a lot of work. I am not new to this. I know the business. I know how this goes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, know that and operate my business that way. But even in terms of like, because I am that no nonsense friends. So don't tell me any of your visions or goals if you don't want me to ask all the time. Because what have you done today?
Not just ask, but like hold you accountable.
What have you done today? Because you told me last week that you were gonna do this. Lexi's laughing behind the camera. Because what are you doing? Like, we are gonna put in work. Like, God is gonna do his job, but we also have to do our part. Yeah. And if there's something that he told you to do this time ago, don't keep asking, because that's the same thing. You gotta pass the test.
Right.
And I hold my friends and my family and the people close to me accountable, just like I hold myself.
Yeah.
And I could even be hard on myself.
Harder on herself.
Because I'm way harder on myself, because I'm like, you can't ask God to do X, Y, Z if you haven't done this. You know what I mean? He told you to do this a long time ago. Stop trying to skip that and get to this. Yeah. But that's just how I am. That's how I talk to myself. And in therapy, my therapist is telling me that not everyone receives information the way that I do, or not everyone can be talked to the way that I talk to myself. So I do need to evaluate that and filter it a little bit more.
But you like preface, or like you check your heart, or check yourself, because you'll ask like, is this okay? Or
yeah,
can I say
and
this?
I try to fill out and I try to use discernment, because I don't want to harm anyone with my words.
Right.
But if I feel as though this is what will get you to think along the lines of where we should be thinking, that's how I'll say it.
Yeah.
How many times a day do you hear babe? Shay?
Honestly, wait. A lot. Again, they live in a mansion, number one. Number two, Jalisa just wants to be able to have eyes on everything going on at the same time, but there's walls in the house. So she says it quite a bit, but I say it probably just as much in return. And Faye,
Do you guys hear how she explained that?
yeah.
Revert back to the last question.
No, you say it a lot,
She
but I
probably
do too.
really wants to say far too many times a day.
No, that's not true.
She calls me every second. She can't do anything without asking me where something is first. That's probably what she wants to say, but she's not gonna
That's
say
not
it.
true. That's not true. Corey, why are you smiling like that? Do you think she says fave a lot?
I'm behind camera.
You probably say fave or babe equally.
Yeah, but we are like, huh?
Yeah, we
You
both
won't
say
ignore
huh.
me. You won't ignore me.
No. Because you're just going to say babe once. If you say fave, you're going to say it again if I didn't hear it. Like earlier, I was like, she's saying my name and everybody's like, Shay, you're hearing things. And then I stood there for a while and then you finally said it and I was like, I knew it. So she does say it a lot.
See?
That's rude.
I'll say it.
Upstairs in the other room door
Yeah,
shut.
like
Huh?
what?
She says it a lot. I don't have a number, but it's okay. It's endearing. I know I'm needed, which that's important.
What's the next question?
Oh man.
Have you guys become family?
Yes.
Duh.
I mean, that's like
We're sisters.
self-explanatory. Shay is Harper's godmother. Just everything, life. Yes.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
Jalisa wearing off on you?
Yes. This question's weird to me just because I feel like, do people that you hang out with not wear off on you, or like people you work with not wear off? So yes, she wears off on me.
I would hope so. I would hope that we're all
Yeah.
teaching. I think it's vice versa. I would hope that you're teaching the people around you different ways of doing things,
Yeah.
opening their eyes to different things.
So I feel like it's even. Like I
For
feel like we
sure.
both wear off on each other in different
I mean, I'm
ways.
not that nice, but other
No.
than that, yes. Even just
Yeah.
in terms of like wanting to do cute things, I think it's hard for me because when it comes to me, I'm like, it's fine. But for everybody else around me, I'm like, we need to do this. They love this. What's their favorite color? What's their favorite food? Oh, so-and-so is having a bad day. Let's get their favorite lunch or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's how I am, and I've been like that, but I think being around Shay has made me a little bit more just attentive to the people around me.
It needs to be a production, people.
Yeah, and I'm like that with everyone else, but when it comes to me, I'm like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. So I think she should wear off on me. That, like, I would hope she wears off on me.
And vice versa.
And yeah, I don't see a problem with it.
What does Shay mean to you?
I'm not. Corey
That's
can't
a
look like
very
that.
hard question without getting emotional. So,
Emerald smile.
Emerald, look at Harper.
Harper's like.
I can't get emotional. Okay, so without getting emotional,
I won't look at
Shay
you.
is like, still, is like my family's like lifeline outside of parents.
No, I'm gonna cry. Stop.
She's like our lifeline. Like, she's the emergency contact. It's like, when it comes to Harper or anything in our household or anything in our life, it's like, if we can't get to it, where is Shay?
I'm an engineer. Okay.
All of
Just
that.
out
So it's like, even with anything, it's like outside of work and with work. If I can't do it, Shay, figure it out. Like, she is like just the next thing in line in terms of everything. And I think we've just grown to appreciate her on another level, just as a whole entire family. And everyone in my life seems to know what she means to us, because I will get messages on Instagram like, hey, I was wondering if you guys could do this, blah, 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 or if you wanted to come to this, blah, blah, blah. Let me know if I need to reach out to Shay to get this, sorted out. And I'm like,
I don't know when that started, because I get DMs or like text messages like, hey, do you know where Jalisa's at? And it'll be on the day that I truly don't. And I'm like, did you call her? And they're like, yeah, I already did. But
what, Lex?
The battery's dying?
Flashing, so.
Oh, we have a few minutes. Okay, so yes, Shay is my family's lifeline. We love her. She is Harper's godmother. We are, from a business aspect, are extremely grateful for her, because the reality is we would not be able to get as much or whatever done if it wasn't for her. She has helped my brand and business grow to a level that I can't even express. I'm able to take on so much more having her help and having her navigating my business, different things family-wise, all of that, kind of just all of it. So for those who have been asking, this is how we met. This is what's going on in our household. We have a team of other people, and let us know if you want us to bring them on. Lexi's behind the camera. Everybody else is like kind of out of Texas.
Our producer.
Corey's the producer.
Officially, y'all heard it here first.
You know what? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want more videos like this, meeting different team members. Like I said, a lot of them do not live here. But for the ones that live here, I think it would be cool to kind of bring them in and let you guys know. They are not taking on other roles that are exactly like mine, but they can help with a few things here and elsewhere. So unless you got the coins to back it up,
right,
you can't compete.
She says she's not sharing.
You can't compete.
Big person.
So, for all the people reaching out to Shay saying, oh, I would love to have someone like you on my team,
I'm gonna leave my comments
fight
to
me
myself.
from a financial side, because I will always pay her well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are not subscribed, make sure you are. Drop comments, video suggestions, and all that fun stuff. I love you guys. Make sure you're following Shay. Instagram here. Because Shay also, we didn't even mention, Shay is also growing her brand as an influencer
Aren't you
project
proud?
manager.
I'm actually trying, guys.
She is, because before she would be just so shy and everything, but I'm making her like be outside and do all that stuff and put herself out there. So she's growing her, rubbing off. So she's growing her channels and her brand and just building a lane for herself, not only as an influencer project manager, but as an influencer as well. So make sure you guys are following her and supporting her and commenting all her stuff. I love you guys. Peace out.